Wow, what a night. What a shocking, fucking insane night it was last night. And I had a feeling that a reboot would happen eventually. But James Gunn, overnight, literally became the most hated person on social media. Not because of the reboot, because we all kind of figured that was going to be part of the 10-year plan, but because of the main fact that David Zaslov, who at one point was in favor of the SnyderVerse, and the Hollywood Reporter did confirm that at one point, prior to James Gunn and Peter Safran being hired, they wanted to have another, go around with the Justice League sequel and the original cast as well, and a Man of Steel sequel. We all know this, it's been confirmed. It's just the fact that the studio gave Henry Cavill permission, and he stated this on his Instagram, to announce that he's returning as Superman. Look, what happened to him was fucked up beyond all recognition. And I am now fully convinced that Marvel not only sent out James Gunn to sabotage DC, but that shit already happened a long time ago when Marvel's Joss Whedon came in and fucked up Zack Snyder's Justice League film. That's how this whole fucking shit started. And it happens. Not every Marvel film is perfect. Some of them are fucking stupid, fucked up, or don't do that well at the box office. That happens with every genre that you have in these films, especially with Star Wars. You fucking name it. Harry Potter, they have a few films that just don't do so well or whatever. But that doesn't mean you should completely fucking reboot the whole fucking entire thing. And I'm just convinced that they were sent over to fuck everything up. Because look, I really got excited and was very confident of what my DC source was telling me for months. Henry Cavill was going to return, that Zaslov is in favor of Zack Snyder and Justice League. He was actually going to approach him. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know yet. I haven't heard anything from my source. Maybe Zaslov did approach Zack Snyder, but Zack Snyder's too busy with his own shit, doesn't really want to bother with what's going on, and just said, listen, I got no time for this. I cannot, do all this, before you guys decide to reboot everything. It's just happening way too fast. Maybe Zack said no, and that led to, David Zaslov saying, you know what, James, we're going to go over your plan. We're just going to, just reboot everything. We have no time for this shit. I don't think so. I don't think that's what happened. That's just my theory on it, because how can this man, it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, this man is, because he came in, he got rid of all the anti-Snyder employees, and he seemed like he was in favor, of that. And all of a sudden, it's just like, I knew when James Gunn came in, I had a bad feeling. I was like, James is the kind of guy to where he's not going to go for what the people wants. I don't really think he likes the SnyderVerse, per se. I mean, there was also a rumor going around that he doesn't like Henry Cavill either, which, I mean, at this point, everyone's really going to start to believe that, even though he completely, denied that he dislikes Henry Cavill. But it's like, how could you go from point A to point B? It was like a really shocking twist there. I thought that if, James Gunn pitched, let's just reboot and start from scratch all over again, and David Zaslav was going to be like, the hell you are, like, I mean, how long is it going to take to make a fucking profit, But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, look, like I said, I got excited as to what my sources were telling me, that, he wanted to, I know for a fact that he wanted to amend things with people that got fucked over by the old regime. But it's like, this guy is like Emperor Palpatine now, It's like he's going around making it seem like he's all in favor of the fans and doing things right by the fans and what they want. And all of a sudden he did like a fucking 360 and it's like, holy fucking shit, they're really gonna reboot, And I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem with the reboot. It's just I have a problem with the way they're doing things. Like, this is way too fucking fast, And like I said, I got very excited. I thought we were gonna have at least, have Zack finish his wrap up his Justice League trilogy, and perhaps like at one point just have the opportunity for fans to say, farewell and goodbye to these characters. And I was very confident what my source, was telling me, but life shit happens and things change all the time. We all know this, You know, I mean, even back to the whole Spider-Man thing with Spider-Man No Way Home, originally Tobey Maguire was supposed to die in the film, and, you know, it would lead to Miles Morales from his universe to, you know, pretty much become the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man in his universe. But, I mean, look, this wasn't a situation to where anyone was wrong. Okay, in fact, my source has proven to be right countless of times over the last few months with this information, but it was just a case of things drastically changing, and it would be a completely different story if there was no truth to at least having Zack Snyder finish his trilogy, or perhaps just one more sequel. Then I would say this information was not accurate at all. But, you know, Hollywood Reporter did confirm, you know, that they were working on continuing it. You know, I mean, they were going to have Henry Cavill come back as Superman. They were going to do Man of Steel too, you know, all this other shit. But then all of a sudden it's like James Gunn, like, he fucking knew the whole time. I mean, this dude's been writing the Superman movie script like since, I don't know, God knows when, but he admitted that. And now they're going to start all over again. And it's like, who wants to sit through that fucking shit again? You know, it's fucking ridiculous. And what happened, and like I said, just does not make any sense at all to start all over from scratch and try to build up a universe and make any serious kind of money, especially with how, you know, they fucked over Henry Cavill. I mean, Zaslov has to be fucking insane to think that fans will even bother to support a new universe after what they just did to fucking Cavill. I mean, look around social media, the amount of people that are not only heartbroken, but they're seriously fucking pissed off. It's insane. I've seen people making threats. I mean, it's just, I wouldn't even bother going on social media right now. And I feel bad for Gunn because the poor guy is like getting fucking derailed by so many angry fucking fans, and I don't blame them. You know, even those who are in favor of the reboot admit that what they did to Cavill is really fucked up. I mean, that's like 100% worse than what Hamada and Toby Emmerich did, you know, because Zaslov made it seem like he was for the fans and giving them what they want. And look, Gunn has the blame too for gunning down Cavill as Superman, but ultimately it's Zaslov that has the final say. I honestly thought that Gunn was going to say, hey, let's do this. And then, you know, Zaslov was going to be like, no, we can't really do that. Can you just change things up a bit? But no, man, he fucking went along with it. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, like I said, you know, before, who the fuck wants to sit through another 10 years for all this bullshit all over again, especially with the A-list cast you fucking had, just so you can try and compete with Marvel? When I've said this a dozen times before, and I'll say it again, DC can never be Marvel and Marvel can never be DC. Stop trying to be fucking Marvel. It ain't gonna fucking happen. Let DC be its own thing. Yeah, so what? They had a few shitty fucking films that didn't do so well at the box office. But, you know, you had fucking Aquaman make $1 billion fucking dollars. Wonder Woman was a fucking success. You know, Zack Snyder's Justice League, although it wasn't released out in theaters, we'll never know, it was, you know, critically received well by, you know, not just the critics, but the fans in general. It was a better fucking film. Shazam was very well liked. You know, Black Adam didn't do so well, but, I mean, fuck, man. I mean, look, the Suicide Squad. I mean, look at the difference. David Ayer's Suicide Squad did very well at the box office. Guess which didn't work out very well? It was James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. It fucking bombed. It couldn't hold a candle to the original fucking film. You know? And I mean, look, let just DC be its own fucking thing. It's way too early. And if anything, they could have at least given fans a chance to say farewell to these characters. Instead, they gunned down the DCU faster than a speeding fucking bullet. To reboot Superman, a young fucking Superman still being a Metropolis reporter, I'm sorry, I don't want to sit through that shit again. I know he confirmed there isn't an origin story, but what the fuck? You had the perfect fucking version of Superman. It's just he got fucked over by a bad script, and he wasn't given a chance to show us his ability to become a perfect he was already perfect Superman to me. But, I mean, what the fuck is the point now of watching Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, or The Flash, being that it's fucking over? What's the point? They're gonna lose money too on that, because they're gonna be like, well, since it's over, who the fuck gives a shit? And this is sad to say, but the SnyderVerse as of December 14th, 2022 is officially fucking dead. And I can't believe I had to say that. And the amount of hate towards James Gunn and David Zaslov is very, very fucking intense right now. And I'm sure the stocks are going fucking down the pits of hell after this announcement, because people are not happy about it. And I'll say it again, it's not about the plan to reboot the DCU. because we all know that it was eventually gonna happen. It's just the way the studios handle everything by making Henry Cavill announce that he's back as Superman again, and not even a few months later, they fuck him over so hardcore that it's just not sitting well with people. That is fucking embarrassing. You know? The bench the guy for fucking 6 years, and thanks to The Rock we got him back, and then all of a sudden he's fucking gone? Wow, that is really fucked up. There is no excuse for this. James Gunn, you done fucked up. So have you, David Zaslov. There is no way around this. And I know everyone's trying to be professional on their end, but I'm pretty sure that Henry Cavill took it really hard. The dude fucking left The Witcher. I know he had issues with the showrunner over, the whole source material thing, but the dude's out of a fucking job on both fucking ends now. What the fuck? And, DC already had issues to begin with, and DC isn't learning from its mistakes. It's making all fucking new ones all over again. I mean, look, they could have made a soft reboot, the same cast, like if they wanted to, like it's the same actors, but like a different version of those characters. I would have sat well with that. But no, they want to fucking start up all over again under a man who did wonders with Guardians of the Galaxy over at Marvel Studios, because let me tell you that when they first announced that he was going to do Guardians of the Galaxy, those characters are not that popular in the comic books. But he took those characters and he did wonders with it. But he done fucked up with the Suicide Squad that bombed and failed at the box office. And like I said, couldn't even compete with David Ayer's version. And people don't like that version of the film. But again, David Ayer got fucked over. They cut and chopped up his film. And for anyone who's wondering if we're ever going to get the David Ayer's version of Suicide Squad, like the one that's uncut, not going to fucking happen at this point. They're not going to bother. I mean, like I said, James will use fucking D-list characters like Batmite. And don't get me wrong, he got lucky with the Guardians, but not so lucky with the Suicide Squad. And Peacemaker was at best okay. It also means that John Cena will be recast as well. And he just got fucking started. And I swear that if he keeps the whole fucking Peacemaker cast like the same, and you can't, because the version of that show had the DCU versions of the Justice League in there. So how are you gonna explain that one if it's a whole fucking reboot? And they're gonna recast Harley fucking Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, who fucking nailed that character. I don't want to see another version of Harley Quinn. I'm already adjusted and used to Margot Robbie's version. I mean, this is just all kinds of fucked up. And it's really starting to affect a lot of people. And I'm sorry, but Zaslov and Gunn dropped the fucking gun. Well, they dropped the fucking ball big time in this case. This is just as fucking stupid as Marvel Studios rebooting after Endgame. Can you imagine that? Kevin Feige comes out and says, well, now that Endgame is over with, we're going to restart all over. No one's going to fucking want to sit through that shit again. But they're continuing, And like I said, Phase 4 isn't that great compared to the original phases. But they're still fucking going. They aren't going, oh, we're not doing so good, let's fucking reboot it again. Because that's fucking stupid. Financial fucking suicide. This is how the downfall of comic films are going to be, with stupid decisions like this. I'm just shocked and emotionally fucked about all this. And like I said, I don't have an issue with reboot, but they should have given it some time. And they didn't. This was really the worst decision making I've ever seen in my life. I mean, if they would have announced that yes, Snyder will be able to finish this film, Gale gets Wonder Woman 3, Cavill gets at least Man of Steel 2, maybe a Black Adam versus Superman versus Shazam film, followed by a Kingdom Come film that, will be the last DCU film, then I would have respected that decision to reboot the DCU afterwards, but that would be within a few years, but not like this. This is really fucking harsh. I mean, they're fucking cold-hearted over there. Well, just let me know what your thoughts are on all this. I know I've been watching everyone else's reaction to this on YouTube, especially Angry Joe and Tyrone Magnus's videos. And it's, just everyone posting their thoughts about this on social media. And, my heart breaks with them because, I met Henry and Gal and the whole Justice League cast. And, you know, I mean, look, I know everybody was not happy with a lot of the Snyder films, but come on, they weren't completely like a failure. You know, they did make some money, you know, and no one is really happy about this. I mean, maybe like a small amount of like haters that just, they love to hate on shit and they're just making fun of people who are taking this, you know, emotionally or very badly or even pissed off about it. But, you know, even those in favor of the reboot admit that what happened last night was all sorts of fucked up, you know, and they feel so bad for Cavill because that just, wow. So, I mean, look, good luck to Zaslov and Gunn on a DCU reboot, because I'm gonna laugh, but if for some reason it does not work, what the fuck are you gonna do, Zaslov? You gonna reboot a reboot? You know, I mean, just remember that you guys reaped what you sowed by, you know, fucking over the fans badly and Henry Cavill. And look, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how much time passes, what happened to Cavill will never be forgiven or forgotten. You fucking pieces of fucking shit. It's just not gonna ever happen. And I've lost all respect for Gunn, and I've lost all respect for Zaslov, because you guys rused the fans. You played and toyed with us, saying how, you know, you're doing this for the characters and the story and your fans just like us. No, you're not. No, you're not. You know, you just fucked over every fan out there. And I'm not talking about the ones who are just the Snyder Cut fans, but every DC fan that was expecting at least, you know, a soft reboot and keeping the same cast. But, you know, I mean, man, I mean, I even feel bad for Gal Gadot, who, you know, like, I mean, she was talking about how she really can't wait to share with everyone news on the next Wonder Woman movie or her future. And now that's fucking deaded, you know. Ben Affleck, I mean, yeah, I heard that James Gunn wants Ben Affleck to come and direct a you know, it doesn't make up for how fucked up, you know, they are about everything that just happened. It's just, everything's just really like, holy fucking shit, dude. Like, seriously? Or that they want to, you know, at least use Cavill in the future. Like, who the fuck are you gonna recast him as? Like some fucking D-list character too? You're gonna kill him off within like the first few minutes? You know, who wants fucking sloppy seconds with the cast of characters that, you know, were at one point very highly noticeable and respected, and then you're just gonna fucking, you know, gonna be shit stains on the bottom of the foot. I mean, or your underwear in this case, you know. I mean, it's just really, I don't know what to say. I'm really, really upset about all this. Let me know what you guys think, and man, what a fucking day. That's all I'm gonna say. Spidey Women out.
Face it, Tiger, you just hit the jackpot.
Woo!